Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Mr. Muskie Charters, offering full-service guided fishing trips for walleye, muskie, bass, and sturgeon on Lake St. Clair and the Detroit and St. Clair rivers. Booking information is online at mrmuskiecharters.com. Hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors, and thank you so much for joining us this week. We have got a lot of brand new stuff on this week's show, and we're going to start above the bridge at one of my favorite places in the state of Michigan, Drummond Island, off the east coast of the Upper Peninsula. You won't want to miss that story. Lots of good people, lots of good fishing up that way. We're also going to do a little fishing on the St. Clair River for walleye. Jordan's going to take us down to the southeast part of the Lower Peninsula, and then we're going to head over to the west side of the state, learn a little bit more about the Outdoor Discovery Center, and do a little fishing off of kayaks for catfish. A lot of stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan Out of Doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's the love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse. Offering a variety of meat products, Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 and M53, just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen. By AnglerQuest Pontoons, a mid-Michigan company building boats for fishermen by fishermen. AnglerQuest Pontoons are designed for comfort and functionality. On the web at anglerquestpontoons.com. By KL Outdoor, a Muskegon manufacturer of sportsman's outdoor products for over 30 years, featuring the Terrain line of hard-sided hunting blinds designed for quick setup and removal with quiet operation. For more information and other products, kloutdoor.com.
Michigan-based Vanguard manufactures an array of binoculars, ranging in size and design, and backed by a lifetime warranty. Discover Vanguard sporting optics at vanguardworld.us.
In and around the island we catch smallmouth, walleye, perch, pike. Today we're going out and we're going to try lake trout out on an area called the Flats. It's about 3 miles out. We can pick up a salmon while we're out there. The trout have been ranging in the range of 4 to 10 pounds. It'll be an exciting day for the kids, and we're looking forward to having you along, and we'll tell the story when we get done, right guys?
If you have never been to Drummond Island, well, you need to fix that. It's a place that is just awesome if you love the outdoors. We headed out of Whitney Bay this beautiful morning with no other boats on the water. Joining us today was Mike and Tanner Buxton, Lily Plowman, Ella Bias, and Dakota Tischer. Most of these kids are island natives, and they knew what to do with a Laker on the line. Feel like a good one?
Yeah. Get the best deal. You got her, girl. Come on, Will, get it. Bring that big bad shovel in here. Come on, Will. You got it. Right there. Hey! How about that, Will?
Nice.
What do you think? Huh?
Nice job, young lady.
This is like catching in the fishbowl, right? You ready? Here, get over here. You ain't done. There you go.
Nice job.
Good job, Will.
Pretty fish.
Very
Good job.
Well, I grew up here and loved fishing, and so I just wanted to incorporate that with other people to let them have the kind of enjoyment I found in fishing. and that's what I always intend to do. When I put people on a boat, it's fishing's fun, and that's what I want them to have when they enjoy being out here on Drummond Island. My clientele is basically families, father, son, grandpa, grandson, totally very few corporate people, but all families. And I watch young kids catch their biggest fish and grandpa just cheering them on, and so it's just a joy with just the families that come and go here on Drummond.
Thank you, young man. Feel like a good one?
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah! Good job, buddy. Whew, huh? Put that smile on there, buddy.
Nice job. Woo!
Good job.
As we targeted the bottom of the water column for these Lakers, I asked Ivan what it is about this island that makes it so special from someone who grew up here.
I think it's just the quality of the people, the quality that Mother Nature presents itself, the quietness, from geese to ducks to fish, all the tranquility, just all the different places that we have around here that you can just be at peace with yourself and enjoy life. It's quiet moments and moments that you can reflect on yourself as well as your family.
Now maybe some of you can relate to this and maybe some can't, but for me, the further north you go in the state, just the more special places seem to be. Probably just in my head as well, but it also seems that the further north you go, the easier it seems to get kids into the outdoors.
Getting the kids out is the best reason to promote and continue this fishing industry, as well as the enjoyment, just the excitement on a kid when he catches a fish, the strength that you watch them try to bring the fish in, and just great attitude that they have after they reel the fish in, just that they won. So all that just combines to make just life very special up here.
I do have an affection for our islands here in Michigan for sure. And one thing I love about Drummond Island is that it's one of the more accessible islands. It's very easy to drive to and drive around this island and explore all on your own.
Over the bridge, come up to 134 and make a right. Follow that right to Detour, and there's a blinking caution light. You turn right at that, and that takes you down to the ferry. It's a 32-car ferry, every hour on the hour, very accessible to approach and get on. Enjoy the ride across, and we're just like a regular UP town here. We got restaurants, grocery stores, bars, great accommodations, great people, and you just love it.
The views here are just awesome. Drummond Island is surrounded by tons of littler islands, and from a boat you can explore countless bays and nooks and crannies, all good for fishing, as is out in the deeper water like we were finding today.
What do you say, young fella?
I got one. Big one.
Is it a good one?
Yep.
It looks like a good one. All right, buddy. Oh, I see it. I get going. Keep going. Just a little one more. One more drinks. Yeah, we got it. Woohoo! Nice. Well, look at that. Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Good job, Dakota.
Dude, nice fish.
Hang on. Woohoo! Woo! Nice. Downtown. Leroy, give me 10.
Getting to spend a few days on the island like I did was very worth the trip. The boat and detour is only about an hour from the Mackinac Bridge, and a short ferry ride gets you to a place, well, it's pretty special. About 26 miles wide and maybe 15 miles or so north to south, there is endless places to explore. Back on the water, we were wrapping up our day with a very nice box of Lakers. A few salmon are around here as well, but the mainstay up here in deep water anyways is the Lakers. Closer to shore, the smallmouth fishing is very good, lots of pike, and if you know what you're doing, a good walleye bite can be found as well. Back on shore, the marina was a little more lively than it was at 6 a.m., and some folks were renting pontoons to explore the area, which is a great way to see the island. And like most fishermen, the who caught the big one talk, well, it was alive and well. Well, so what'd you guys think? Did you have fun today?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, who caught the biggest fish?
Me. Lily.
Over here, it's
I caught it. I caught this one. This is the one that I
You
caught.
think that's the biggest? Where's that other big one?
The-
Oh, yeah, right there. I don't know. It's
This
pretty
one's
close.
the one that I fought.
Well, the fillet knives were flying, and with so many fish, Captain Gable and I headed to town and the Northwoods Bar. Now, they are part of the Catch and Cook program here in Michigan, so we were able to take our fish right to the restaurant and had one of the best lake trout lunches, well, that you're ever going to find. Thanks to all that made my island getaway so much fun. And if you're looking for a place to get away, go to the UP and turn right. You may be surprised at what you find at the end of the road here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Hi, I'm Jordan Brown, and for our next segment on this week's show, I was over on the east side of the state on the St. Clair River, tagging along with a couple of guys fishing for walleye.
Today we're just south of Marine City on the St. Clair River. We're out here vertical jigging, and basically we're just trying to find like 18 to 20 foot of water range, just staying on the outside of the weeds, just keeping the boat nice and vertical, and trying to get these fish this morning. So. I don't know, maybe. Oh, it's a muscle. Oh, it's a nice walleye. Nice walleye. Keep it down. Morning's been slow so far, but hopefully we just came up here to a new spot just north of Marine City, so hopefully the fish will pick up for us here in the next little bit. So that's a nice walleye right there though, probably 17, 18 inches. Well, vertical jigging, today we're using 5/8 ounce. You can use, I think 3/4 is like what a lot of people would use out here. But we're fishing shallow enough water today where 5/8 works good. We're using, the company is called Finesse Fish. They just make minnows, body styles, something like this. This color is called, it's called AYU. It's a new color that they just came out with this year. And it's just a natural color with just the jig head. And then we run stinger hooks. That just helps the percentage of hookups. So, and then you run braid, something like 10 to 12 pound braid, and then you tie off to a fluorocarbon leader. And I think this is 12-pound test if I remember correctly. And then fishing, today I just have a St. Croix Icon. It's their jigging series rod, medium action, fast tip.
We started off the morning catching plenty of fish, but unfortunately they weren't what we were looking for. Before 9 o'clock, we had boated over a half a dozen different species of fish as we searched for more walleye.
Now it's coming up easy. Oh man, it was a muskie. Dang.
That would have been species number
9. 8 or 9. Jeez, oh Pete.
Early in the year, you're generally fishing 25 to 30 foot of water, depending on where you're at. Here in the St. Clair River, you don't usually find water much deeper than 45 feet. You can find deep holes down in the North Channel, 60 down like even 80 foot of water. But today it was around like 18 foot of water right on the edge of weed beds. And that just seems where the minnows are hanging, and that's anywhere where you can find a nice sharp edge of weeds, there tend to be a few walleye hanging out.
All right, good sign. Morning's been pretty slow, catching everything but walleye. Got some sheep's head, got some rock bass, perch, catfish, a carp. We're catching everything, but now we finally got what we're coming out here for, the money fish.
As the morning went on, we continued to pick away at the walleye. Although things were a little slow today, the fishing this year has been excellent overall on the St. Clair River.
St. Clair River, starting in April, like early April is when a really good push of fish come through here. A lot of nicer fish. You get, we've caught some 6-pounders in here, there's 7-pounders or some nice fish that come through here. And then usually by like the end of June, going into July, it will slow up. This year hasn't really been the case, but in a typical year, August is pretty dead. And then you get into September, October, and then November, there's usually a nice run of fish that come through here as well. Down more the North Channel, the South Channel, stuff like that, they will typically catch fish in the summer, like August. You get in them deeper shipping channels and they'll hold fish all year round. But and then the winter time, nobody really, I've never seen people out here in the winter actually trying to catch walleye.
Okay, so what's been the difference this year?
I've heard some things like there's a really good hatch in 2014, so there was just a huge number of fish this year that came through the river system that has made it just, I haven't heard anybody say they've seen fishing this good in this river ever. So that's just what I've heard. I truly don't really know why it's been so good, but it's been phenomenal this year. So we'll see if he'll go 13. Be close, I think.
Well, we caught a ton of fish throughout the day and ended up putting quite a few walleyes in the boat. Special thanks to Donnie and Steve for showing me around the St. Clair River. It was nice to spend some time on the sunrise side here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
There are a lot of great places around the state of Michigan that focus on educating our youth and getting them into the outdoors. There's one over here in West Michigan that I recently found, and I tell you what, I was very impressed with them and really the fishing in that part of the state as well. This fishing trip actually started not because of a hot tip, but because of some great work being done not too far from where I live. You see, this Outdoor Discovery Center is a place I kept hearing about, so Travis Williams filled me in on what this place is all about.
The Outdoor Discovery Center Mactaw Greenway is a nonprofit outdoor education and conservation organization. We were founded in the year 2000, and primarily we have two parts of our business. One is doing outdoor education and science education work in the community, where we see about 40,000 kids a year in our programs we run. And then the other side of our business is we have the Mactaw Greenway project that runs throughout the community, the Hollands and Zeeland, as well as some other conservation and water quality related projects that we're involved with.
Well, I have to say this place was pretty impressive, and some of the work that they have been doing on a nearby watershed is what took us to the river to spend a day with Nick Pearson.
this section of river has got a little bit better current, a little bit tighter bends. It creates some really deep holes. For such a small river, some of these holes are, 6-8 feet deep. Hoping that the channel cat are starting to stack up in here.
Okay, so we're targeting catfish?
Catfish, probably some drum. Those are going to be the two main ones that are up in here. There might be some stray perch or potentially a walleye this time of year.
Okay. Nick has fished this Macatawa River before and prefers a pretty simple setup for catfish. A nice shiner minnow and a sliding weight is about it. Now, the kayak that Nick is using is really a hybrid between a stand-up paddleboard and a sit-on-top kayak, and it's perfect for fishing these small rivers. Now, this river has gone through a lot over the years, but the folks here are really seeing some improvements to this watershed.
What we have here is a very agricultural rich community that does a lot of agricultural work, so there's a lot of agricultural runoff. We've also had a pretty rapidly developing community, so there's a lot of urban development that's gone on. And since this area was founded in the mid-1800s, we've lost about 80% of the wetlands that exist in our watershed. And so one of our conservation goals is trying to replace those wetlands and trying to restore some of that habitat and that flood storage areas and the overall filtering wetlands that are in our watershed so that we can begin to restore the Macatawa River back to what it once was. So our focus is really on the Macatawa River, but we do some work in the Kalamazoo River watershed and the Grand River watershed as well.
Nick has seen firsthand the fishing improve due to the work being done by many groups in the area.
That's a nice clean looking fish. If you're going to eat one, that'd be the one to take.
That is nice. Yeah, what is it that you like about this kind of fishing?
Laid back. There's not a lot of pressure. We're just kind of floating here, waiting for a fish to bite. And honestly, it could be any fish that bites, and it's all the same. It's just about getting wet, getting a little muddy, catching some fish. It's
all good.
Yeah, it kind of brings you back to the simpler things, I guess. Really, what it's all about.
Well, you can't say it much better than that. Now, floating a river is pretty hard to beat, but getting that message to folks who really have never tried it can be a bit tricky. That is where places like the Outdoor Discovery Center play an important role.
The number one thing we feel is that if kids are growing up with a disconnection from the natural world, from the environment that's around us here today, there is no way they can grow up to be the good stewards and decision makers of it in the future. So our goal as Outdoor Discovery Center is we want to get kids outside, connect to the environment, because those are our future leaders. Those are our future politicians, or our future business owners. We believe really strongly that hunting, fishing, and an outdoor ethic is a major part of being a conservation steward, being a natural resource steward, and so we want to make sure we're promoting all of those things to our community, making sure kids are having the opportunity to connect with it, and we hope that when they are working with us and getting those experiences, that's going to catch fire with them, and they're going to have a greater interest for it in the long run.
So we were about done with our float when Nick tied into a really big fish, but would he get it in the net? You got him.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Oh!
Oh, that's a big fish. It's a good thing you had that thing anchored, or he'd have taken you downstream.
I know it. He was tugging on it. Wow. I don't know if you could organize it a little bit.
What do you figure he weighs?
Yeah, I'm terrible at guessing that, but that's over 10.
It's big.
Yeah. Full. I don't know, these fish, if they come out of Lake Michigan and they come up in here or what, I've never really been sure, but I mean, that's a big channel cat in any part of the country. He's chomping on my hand.
Yeah, that's a master angler.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's a female full of eggs, and the water's pretty cool yet, but I think they're getting moved up in here.
Nice job. Boy, man, she hit like a ton of bricks, didn't she?
Yeah, yep. And just took off running, stayed down. It's a real nice fish.
Thanks to everyone who made today happen, and let's hope that the kids that are being shown the great outdoors today do indeed see just how important it can be and become the ones who protect it in the future here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Well, hey, everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. Make sure that you do check us out online when you get a chance. That's at MichiganOutofDoorsTV.com. We have full episodes of the show there. If you missed something over the last couple of weeks, want to see something again, you can check us out there. We're also on Facebook, and we're on there pretty much every other day or so, letting you know where we're at as we're traveling this great state. We're also on Instagram now, and we also are on YouTube. So if you want to check us out there, you can as well. Make sure you are joining us over the next several weeks. We've been out on the water doing a lot of cool stuff out of the Port of Manistee, out of the UP, all over the state of Michigan just in the past few days. So good stuff coming over the next few weeks. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By Metalloid Firearms and Sports, developers of environmentally friendly firearm maintenance products for cleaning and protecting your firearm's metal, as well as wood and leather components. On the web at metalloidfirearmsproducts.com. By the Michigan chapters of Safari Club International. For over 40 years, SCI has been protecting hunters' rights and promoting wildlife conservation here in Michigan and around the world. SCI chapter locations can be found on the web at firstformichigan.org. By the Michigan Petroleum Association and the National Oil Heat Research Alliance, advocating the advantages of oil heat for home and environment through products like BioHeat Oil, which blends biodegradable materials into a renewable fuel source. Learn more at oilheatamerica.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. George.